So, is a home standby generator actually a smart investment, or is it just a really expensive toy? With power outages feeling like they're happening more and more and lasting longer, it's a question a lot of us are starting to ask. So, let's get into it and break down the real numbers behind having your own backup power.
But before we can even talk about the value of having backup power, we have to get real about the cost of losing it. And I'm not just talking about, the annoyance of not being able to watch Netflix. I mean, what is the actual bottom line financial hit when your house goes completely dark for over a week?
So let's just dive right into a real-world scenario. It shows just how quickly things can spiral out of control when the grid gives up on you.
Okay, picture this. A massive ice storm slacks a place like Ontario. Just like that, 300,000 homes and businesses are in the dark. But here's the kicker. For some folks, this isn't just for a few hours. We're talking more than 10 days straight. And when the power's out for that long, the problems don't just add up. They have a domino effect. It usually starts with something you probably don't even think about until it's too late. The power's out. That means your sump pump, the one little device quietly keeping your basement from turning into a swimming pool, just stops, dead. So what happens next? Yep, water. With that pump off, all the groundwater that's normally being pushed away has nowhere to go but up and right into your basements. And just like that, you've got a major flood on your hands.
At the exact same time, because this is a winter storm, your furnace is also out of commission, and it can take as little as 6 hours for the pipes in an unheated house to freeze solid. And when they freeze, they burst. Now you've got a second, even worse, flood to deal with. It's a total catastrophe. So what's the price tag for just that first problem, the flooded basement? On average, you're looking at $4,000, and that's just for the cleanup. That doesn't even touch replacing drywall or the carpet or, all your stuff. That one single problem can end up costing you a third of what a permanent fix would. Okay, so that's the problem. It's expensive, it's destructive, and it's happening more often. Pretty bleak, right? So now let's talk about the modern solution that's designed to stop this whole nightmare scenario before it even gets started. Let me introduce you to the standby generator. Now, this is not the portable gas guzzler you have to drag out of the garage and fight with the pull cord to start. No, this is a permanent system. It's wired directly into your house's electrical panel, it's hooked up to your natural gas line, and the second the power goes out, this thing just takes over, automatically. And this right here is where the difference becomes crystal clear. It all comes down to convenience and capability. A portable generator, it's a hassle. It's a manual Band-Aid fix. You gotta start it, keep feeding it gas, and then you have extension cords snaking all over your house. A standby system, on the other hand, is completely automatic. It can power your entire home. We're talking sump pump, furnace, lights, the fridge, even your Wi-Fi. The transition is totally seamless. Okay, I can hear you now. Automatic, whole home power sounds incredible, but what's it gonna cost me? Fair question. Let's break down the full all-in price. So, for a pretty common unit, say a 20 to 22 kilowatt model, which is beefy enough to power most average-sized homes, the total installed cost usually lands somewhere between $9,000 and $15,000. As you can see, that price covers the generator itself, that really important automatic transfer switch, that's the brains of the operation, and of course, all the professional labor for the electrical and gas work. And this quote from a homeowner on Reddit, it just perfectly captures the real-world experience. It really drives home two key things. First, yeah, it's a serious investment. And second, this isn't an overnight project. For this person, the whole process, from the day they bought it to the day it was finally up and running, took 5 whole months. And you've got to remember, the spending doesn't just stop after the installation crew leaves. To keep this machine in perfect shape, ready to go at a moment's notice, and to keep your warranty valid, you're looking at annual maintenance. That'll run you somewhere between $300 and $650. So it's super important to factor that into your long-term budget. All right, we've talked a lot about the cost of a disaster, and the cost of the solution. But now let's flip the script and talk about the other side of the coin, the actual, tangible financial payoff. First up, the big one, your property value. Real estate appraisers say that having a professionally installed standby generator can boost your home's resale value by a solid 3 to 5%. Think about it. In areas where blackouts are a real concern, this becomes a premium feature that makes potential buyers really take notice. And it doesn't stop there. Here's another kicker. Your insurance company might actually give you a discount on your homeowner's premium, sometimes up to 7% a year. And the reason is simple. They know a generator drastically lowers the risk of them having to pay out a huge, expensive claim for things like, well, burst pipes and flooded basements. For the insurance company, it's a no-brainer. So let's put all those numbers together. This chart does a fantastic job of showing the potential return on investment from just the property value alone. Let's use an average install cost of, say, $13,000. You can see that for a $350,000 home, the added value pretty much wipes out the entire cost. And as your home's value goes up, it actually becomes a net positive investment. You can literally make money on it. So we've weighed the catastrophic cost of an outage against the very real cost of a generator and its financial returns. Let's bring it all home and get to the bottom line.
So here it is, the bottom line. The problem? It's simple. Outages are getting more common, and the damage they cause is getting more expensive. The solution? An automatic standby generator that gives you seamless whole home protection. The cost? Yep, it's a big upfront investment, no doubt about it, usually between $9,000 and $15,000. But the payoff is real and tangible, with returns from home value and insurance savings that can often balance out that cost, all while letting you dodge thousands in potential damages.
Ultimately, after all the math and all the numbers, the decision really comes down to this. We can calculate the financial return, but the true value might be something you just can't put on a spreadsheet. It's the security of knowing your family is safe, warm, and connected no matter what's going on outside. Which really just leaves one final question. In a world that feels more and more uncertain, what is that peace of mind really worth to you?